الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
إن الحمد لله نحمده تعالى ونشكره ونستعين به ونسترشده ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله ولو كره المشركون اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا وقائدنا ومرشدنا وحجتنا وشفيعنا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين وصحبه أجمعين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كلام الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة عباد الله أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله وطاعته وأحثكم على التمسك بهدي قرآنه وسنة نبيه فقد قال الله جل من قائل أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما صدق الله العظيم dear children, brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers, husbands, wives. 2 weeks ago, I was talking on the subject of the assault on Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa. Today, my topic is about another assault on many masajid that may not or are not of the same status as Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa, but they are equally important. And these masajid are slowly becoming deserted. I want to talk about these masajid so that for many among us who are able to save the situation, to do so before it is too late. For some masajid, unfortunately, it may take a lot for a comeback to happen, but for others it is still possible to save the situation, save those masajid. And you may wonder now, what masajid? Are they masajid in this country or that? They could be. But these masajid that I want to talk about, they are starting or they are being built in neighborhoods, but by people who really do not know anything about building a masjid. Now I'm sure that you are starting to become a little bit more confused about the issue. What do you mean people who do not know how to build a masjid? Yes, there are many masajid being built, but without any program to make the masjid run properly, for the maintenance of that masjid to be done properly. إِنَّمَا يَعْمُرُ مَسَاجِدَ اللَّهِ مَنْ آمَنَ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us how to maintain masajid. But there are many masajid that we are seeing that their amara, their maintenance is not right. And those masajid are being assaulted every day by enemies of that imara. The masajid I'm talking about that are equally important to Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa, but not of the same status, mind you. These masajid, yes, some of you might have guessed it. These are our homes. Because the first masjid for our children is the home. Our children learn what is being done at a masjid at home. But many children, because those who are building the masjid do not have any idea about how to build a masjid, how to build a home masjid. That is why these masajid now are being assaulted big times. And they are deserted. There are masajid that fit the description of Rasulullah ﷺ when he warned us not to turn our buyut, our homes, into graveyards. There are buyut among our buyut wherein the Quran is never recited, wherein Salat al-Jama'ah is never conducted. And these masajid, these homes, are turning families that reside in them but do not maintain them. They just reside like a passerby who needs a shelter and stays at that place called the masjid, but they do not know anything about how to maintain that masjid. Last weekend, I spoke at a wedding, at a big wedding, and I looked at the bride and the groom, and I asked them a question, the bride and the groom, and everybody got so excited about finding an answer to the question that I started with. And I want to ask us that question so that we can think about it. I looked at the bride and the groom and I said, what do a pilot, a surgeon, and a wife or husband have in common? And I received many answers. But finally, I looked at them and I said, have you ever went into a plane and asked, I would like to see the credentials of the pilot before he will take off or she will take off? Never. Because we are so confident that this pilot had gone to school, have studied, have trained, have spent hours upon hours under the training eye of an experienced pilot until she or he became experienced, and then they sat in that cockpit and then we trusted them. Schooling, studying is so important for the pilot. We know that. What about the surgeon? Well, you know, look at 4 years of university, look at 4 years of medical school, look at 4 or 5 years of residency in surgery, look at further years in training under the watchful eye of an experienced surgeon. Then you will go and look at the surgeon if you need an operation and you say the anesthetist now is going to give me anesthesia and I will just give myself to the surgeon to do his or her stuff. What is it that the most important profession in the world, the profession, yes, please allow me to call it profession, why is it that to be a husband or a wife and build a home, build a family that will graduate people who will run the world, who will determine the future of our life, who will do everything wherein our future depends on? Why is it that these two individuals do not need to go to a school to study how to be a Muslim husband, how to be a Muslim wife, how to be a Muslim father, how to be a Muslim mother? You would say, what do you mean Muslim? Yes, the recipe called the Quran, the recipe wherein we learn how to live our lives, is to be mastered so that you will know from the beginning how to choose a husband, how to choose a wife, and how to plan a family, and how to deal with your children. Unfortunately, that leads us now to the settlers who are assaulting our masajid. Remember the settlers who are assaulting al-Masjid al-Aqsa? And the soldiers are opening the doors for them to go and do their stuff. Well, what is happening? The soldiers who are supposed to protect the father and the mother are allowing settlers of all kinds to come to our homes, to our masajid, and do their stuff. And the soldiers I am referring to, the guards I'm referring to, are the father and the mother. And the settlers who are assaulting our home are those who are penetrating through what we call smart devices. Well, those smart devices are turning us into not so smart parents, not so smart husbands and wives. We are allowing a 6-year-old son or daughter to go to bed with a smartphone. We are allowing little girls to have what more they want, and almost everybody has an entry point to assault this masjid we call home. And they are meeting so many friends, and they ask, how many likes do you have to your Instagram? How many likes do you have to your Twitter? Please forgive my ignorance about these things. You may say, no, friends are for Facebook, not this. I don't know. But our children are talking with each other and say, how many friends, how many likes? And they are making friends with people they've never met. And they call them friends. Yet, brothers and sisters are becoming strangers to each other. They are not friends as they are supposed to be. They are strangers. They fight with one another. And not only that, the mother does not know many a thing about her children. The father forget it. The father comes home, cannot even breathe. And the best thing is to keep a quiet corner for the kids to allow those stranger friends to do their stuff. And we know the disasters that are happening. Our homes are turning into places. Please, Malish, if you will get upset with me, it's okay. But I have to say it. And you know, usually, wallahi, before I go for Hajj, I don't know what happens to me. I think of a farewell message, because I don't know. I don't know. And if for anything, I'm leaving with you a message. Please pay attention to that family. The family is falling apart. We are producing violent children. We, mother and father, husbands and wives, are working so hard, yet there is no productivity. There's no barakah. The homes are turning into places where parents have no time to speak to their children, and the children cannot tolerate their parents when they talk with them. Nobody wants to talk with anybody. And when we want to go for someone, well, we text them. We don't know how to communicate anymore. There is less and less paying attention to ibadah, to enjoying familial, collective worship together, for the family to wake up together to pray Fajr. And one day a week maybe they can drive to the masjid and pray at the masjid. There's no room anymore for the uncle, paternal or maternal, to play the role that they used to play in the past. In the past, the uncle and the aunt were as close as the father. Now, dare the uncle to say something to his nephew, or to his niece, or the aunt to her or her nephew or nieces. Extended families are no more. And we are seeing children who are growing to be too tense. Children who are allowing, I heard of some, kids who really go to YouTube and watch pranks. Not too long ago, I heard a story about a prank, not 2 days ago, that could have caused a heart attack. A child calls one of his parents and says, come quickly because my brother fell and broke his neck and he's motionless. And the parent started to hyperventilate. And then when the parent asked for a FaceTime to watch what is happening, he realized that it is a serious prank. He said, no, I'm just joking, it's a prank. And I can go on and on on and on. And I'd like to finish the first khutbah by just sharing where we are heading. And please, I know that kids love stories. And I want to share this story with you. Think about it. And then I will sit before I will stand for the second khutbah. A university professor has retired for quite some time, and long and late into his retirement, he invited many of his students to visit him. And when they came to visit him, he prepared a jug of coffee, and he put on a display many types of mugs and cups and paper cups and crystal cups and very expensive cups and colorful cups and all kinds of cups. And then he asked his students to help themselves for the coffee. And they all went to that display, and those who arrived first reached for the most expensive cup, the most colorful, the most beautiful, until those paper cups and the cheap cups and the glass cups were left. Nobody touched them. And then when they sat back, that very old professor looked at them and he said, look, when you went to get something to put the coffee in, you did not think about the coffee. The coffee was not important to you. It was the cup which you are going to pour the coffee into that really mattered. And this is the life that you are living. Your life is the coffee. But you are more concerned about the house you are living in, the car you are driving, the status symbol that you will command, the clothes you are wearing, the brand name wallet, the brand name shirt, the brand name this and that. And you forgot about the life you really need to live. The life which is inside all of this. Coffee is coffee, whether you put it in a paper cup or whether you put it in the most expensive cup. Coffee is coffee, it didn't change. But with time, you became more consumed with things that don't really matter. And you know, we are allowing our children to move in that direction. What really matters to them are the cups. But what is poured in the cups is not of the same importance. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله العظيم لي ولكم فلا فوز بالمستغفرين. Make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will accept our dua. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. الحمد لله وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. My dear brothers, sisters, children, there are about 3.5 to 4 million people who will be performing Hajj physically and spiritually around the Kaaba. And that makes only 0.01% of Muslims. But each and every one can make the niyyah of Hajj. Each and every one can reach out and start doing tahleel. I know personally this year many people who wanted to go. But as they say in Arabic, حَبَسَهُمْ حَابِس. Something stopped them simply because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not send an invitation, because it is an invitation. And make a dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make you among the Hujjaj in the near future. Make that dua. And I found on what I talked about probably in a negative light in the first khutbah, and that is the net. You know, I want to tell you, the one who really started this in me was my older brother, Bahish. We share thoughts about the Quran. And he said, you know, I felt when I was reading the ayat, وَالسَّمَاءِ ذَاتِ الْحُبُكِ, that the heavens that have networks within them. And then he went to say, يُؤْفَكُ عَنْهُ مَنْ أُفِكْ قُتِلَ الْخَرَّاصُونَ, that, you know, those networks that are established within the confines of the heavens can mislead people, but others may be guided through that network. And he said, doesn't this suggest the wide web, or the whatever you call it, well, whatever, World Wide Web? Said could be. It could be bad. It could be good. And I found something good on the World Wide Web that I want to share with you, and it's a dua. I'm going to read this dua. I didn't want to miss, because I didn't have much time to memorize it, but I'm going to. And please say Ameen after you hear it, because it is a dua asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make you among the Hujjaj in the near future. Allahumma inni nawaytu al-ihlal bihajj wa umrah قاصدا التوجه بروحي إلى مكة والمدينة. اللهم حبسني العذر وفقدت الاستطاعة فلا تحرمني الأجر بنيتي ولا تحرمني المثوبة يا رب العالمين. رب اجعله حجا مقبولا لا جدال فيه ولا رياء ولا مفاخرة ولا سمعة. رب اكتب لي حجا مبرورا وسعيا مشكورا وتجارة لن تبور إنك على كل شيء قدير وبالإجابة جدير. اللهم إني توجهت إليك بصدق نيتي وإخلاص غايتي وشوق قلبي وطلبي فلا تحرمني الأجر يا خير من سئل ويا أجود من أعطى. اللهم اكتبني مع حجاج بيتك الحرام لهذا العام، هم حجوا إليك بأجسامهم وأتيتك بروحي ونيتي وقلبي وكل جوارحي طالبا رضاك عني، فاشركني معهم يا رب العالمين بنيتي واكتبني معهم بصالح عملي واستجب لي بفضلك دعوتي وخصني بما أكرمتهم به من نفحات وأعطيات وتولني بكرمك يا أكرم الأكرمين وأسعد قلبي بقبولي ورضاك عني. اللهم أجب دعاءنا. اللهم اجعلنا من المخلصين، اللهم اجعلنا من عبادك الصالحين، اللهم تقبل منا دعاءنا، اللهم اجعل أبناءنا وبناتنا قرة عين لنا، اللهم أعنا على تربيتهم بما يرضيك يا رب العالمين، اللهم اجعلنا من المتقين ومن المحسنين ومن القانتين. اللهم كن معنا ولا تكن علينا، اللهم حبب إلينا الإيمان وزينه في قلوبنا، اللهم نسألك بكرمك أن تجعل دعاء واحد منا في أكناف الكعبة الشريفة يسألك أن تحرر المسجد الأقصى، فاستجب لذلك الحاج يا رب العالمين، استجب لنا وحرر المسجد الأقصى، واجلب الأمن والطمأنينة إلى بلاد المسلمين، إلى أولئك الذين عانوا الكثير من ظلم الظالمين. اللهم كن معهم ولا تكن عليهم. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله العظيم يذكركم وادعوه يستجب لكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون. وأقم الصلاة.